Hello and welcome to part 6 already of the 100% unnecessary Elden Ring walkthrough. I am Merc. I am going through the game and we're killing all the bosses, we're getting all the equipment, all of that fun stuff, all the NPC quests, everything. Well, I will not guarantee that it's 100% everything, but it's damn near close to everything. I know I've already missed some stuff, actually. It's really fucked up. So last time we went through Liurnia, we finished up Limgrave, and we went through this lower area of Liurnia. Today we're going to be cleaning up some more stuff in Liurnia. We're going to be getting the rest of the east side here, some more stuff up in the lake. We will not be making it to Raya Lucaria Academy. It's just, it's too big. You know, the game is just too big. But we'll be doing that in part 7, so don't worry. First things first, though, is right here to the south of us. There's a nice little area we're going to be heading over to. And by nice, I mean it's a shitty poison swamp, but we love those. So this area is just like hidden underneath this continent here. It's easy to miss if you're not really looking for it. My first playthrough of the game, I did not find this at all, and subsequently did not really complete the game. First things first, we have this teardrop scarab over here that drops Vow of the Indomitable. You can see there's some cool architecture up there happening. We're gonna just avoid Mr. Crab here. And lots of cool hanging corpses. Yeah, we love that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my light on because it's dark down here. And if you'll recall, we're doing a light load build. We started that last time. Let's see where my Shamshir's at. 7. All we can equip right now is the Sage Robe. Yeah, I can't even put the hat on yet. I really gotta get more stamina. These guys seem innocent, but they're not. They will hurt you. Just because they don't have no working legs doesn't mean they won't hurt you.
Oh, it's you. Well, what do you make of it? What's happened to this village? I witnessed a sight much the same in my infancy. The oppression of the weak. Murder and pillage unchecked. A waking nightmare made by men. But this time, I'm a woman grown, and though the suffering cannot be undone, I can still mete out justice. Justice to the oppressors. Let the scars I carve remind them. I am Nefelilu, warrior.
Nefelilu kind of kicks ass.
But this time,
okay, that's she just says the same thing again.
Let the scars I...
So she only appears there after you talk to her in Roundtable Hold, after meeting her in Stormvale Castle. But because we talked to her here, we'll be able to summon her for a boss in a few minutes. This is the village of the Albinaurics. The title screen was supposed to pop up then. I guess it doesn't yet. These are old Albinaurics. We saw those fish guys in the last part. Those are young Albinaurics. As they get older, they become more human-like, but also... Hey, I'm talking here. Their legs stop working. They can't walk. But they just crawl around everywhere. Really kind of sad. And there's a larval tear hiding over here behind this coffin. We don't have a use for that yet, but those will be handy later. They're a finite resource in the game, I believe. I'm trying to think of anything in the DLC like just drops it. You can farm them, but I think that there's a limit to how many you can get. It's a large limit though. You use them to respec your character. This village is done for. Please, even if it's just you, old Albus, hide well and still your breath. you recall too, we met that finger reader crone near the academy, and she said something about a large pot, so keep that in mind as we're going through here. I'm gonna get the grace. I'm gonna jump up there and get the nothing. After the grace, I'm gonna run over here and cross this bridge. You can use your horse here, by the way. Some Albinaurics are sorcerers. There's a couple of those over here. And here we find on this cliff a crystal sword. That is a sword that scales with intelligence. And over here behind this tree, we have... the mushrooms? No, it's an Albinauric blood clot. Sounds gross, I know, it is. It is gross, turns out. I'm gonna start sneaking here because up here this is the first time we run into a depraved perfumer. These guys can be kind of tough and annoying to fight. This one especially because he's a little higher level than anything else right now. Like you can just sneak past him or run away from him, but I'm gonna kill him because I'm big and strong. And I'm not afraid. You also have to be on their asses because they will heal and they have like an unlimited amount of flasks. But that's also like they're the #1 use case for the Albinauric pot, which is what you could use that Albinauric blood clot for. Let me show you that. I even have it in here. Yeah, Albinauric pots. They impede healing using a flask of tears. So they're like the one NPC those are good for. Well, there's one more Albinauric hiding over here that we'll just go ahead and put out of his misery. And then what's this? Illuminated large pot?
Please no, dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait then. You're not one of them? Well, what a relief. Oh, goodness me. I am Albus, an Albinauric. As you can see, we're finished. The whole village is finished. The cursemongers have destroyed everything. No one that remains has their wits about them.
But that's why the Albinaurics are attacking you.
Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the cursemonger's hands.
And then he gives you the Erdtree secret medallion, right side.
The young Albinauric Latena. Then please give it to her. A chosen land awaits us, Albinaurics. The medallion is the key that leads to the city. It's only a quaint treasure for we who cannot make the journey. But for dear Latena, it is needed to fulfill her purpose. My legs will soon fade, and with them my life. Alas, this is the immovable fate of all Albinaurics.
Goodbye, Albus. Glad he just dies right in front of us. There he goes. And over here, like hiding in this coffin, is ivory sickle. I think that's just a faith scaling knife. Is that right? No, intelligence scaling. So there's another bridge over here, a stone one. We're gonna cross that now. I'm just gonna get on the horse and run across. There are some sorcerers over at the other end that'll try to pelt you with spells. Also, if you should need it, there is that scarab there That'll restore your flasks. But he's gone now. Let's see, and what summons do I have equipped? I need to level up that Warhawk, but I wouldn't want to use him for this anyway, so we'll stick with the Godric soldiers. And then, like I said, we can summon Nefeli Lu. There's a little field boss up ahead here. He's not particularly hard. I already have the Flame Drake equipped. The hardest thing about it really is that there's like 3 dogs around that are also going to want to attack you. So I got a posse. I'm just going straight for the dogs. There's the boss. He noticed us. Omenkiller. This guy will hit hard, but he's not particularly difficult to avoid. Just give him a wide berth and avoid his fire. Avoid the hopping also. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck! Easy. Thank you, Nefeli. Thank you, Godric Soldier. And he'll drop the Crucible Knot Talisman for you. Not Crucible Knight Talisman, Crucible Knot. That's a talisman that prevents you from taking critical hits, like backstabs. Not super relevant in just PvE content, but it's there. We love talismans that are just there, don't we, folks? Gonna continue down here a little bit. Get this rune arc. And then if you're low on flasks or if you're low on health, go ahead and teleport to a grace, like maybe the grace that we passed earlier, or just run back to it and rest. But before you go to the Roundtable Hold, which is where we're headed next. You do not want to go directly there if you are weakened. Because you'll notice it's a little different. The lights are a little off. Because Ensha here has decided to invade and attack you. He can hit really hard, but also you can just hit him to death. Yeah, that's a great enemy, really. He was fantastic. If you recall, that was the guy who was standing in front of Gideon Ofnir's room, just kind of scowling at you. So he drops the Clinging Bone, which is a weapon, and if you go back to where he was standing over in front of the door there, you can get his entire armor set. Beautiful.
You. What is it? Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore. Ah, yes. By way of apology, allow me to tender some advice in regard to the half of the secret medallion you possess. Find the Albinauric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
So he gives you that little hint, and you can have that repeated if you need it. But basically, he's like admitting that he sent Ensha after you. Oh, it wasn't me. Ensha totally did it on his own, but he was trying to get the medallion half from you. We've got some more story stuff to do.
Always good son.
Not from him. Yes, from him.
You again, is it? The recusants sent a lackey. Can you believe they invited me to join them? Now, after what they did? I can scarcely believe it myself. Did they think me a fool? You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. Then I only had to ask. The location of the recusant hideout. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west from the town of Windmills. That's where they hide. The manor on the peak. Just you wait, wretched recusants. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by laying hands on Lanya. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood, after all.
If you'll recall, we found him in Academy Gate Town last part with his servant Lanya dead, killed by recusants.
I am pleased to see. Would you like me? Now, come closer.
I wish you didn't have to be held to talk to her just because it takes forever to get the animation like into her lap and out of her lap. Oh my god, it's so slow.
You are so very warm. My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so.
Ooh.
But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the Roundtable Hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
We're just getting loaded up with simple maps these days. We got a map to the Glintstone Key, we got a map to this black knife print. That's it. That's all the maps. Don't forget to use your Baldecan Blessing so that you get your hit points back.
Greetings. Are you here for...
Might as well level up these guys while I'm here. And I think I want to get a couple of levels into that guy. And that should be good for now. Oh, and we also want to go downstairs because Nefeli Lou is hiding down here and we want to talk to her.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think.
So after you talk to her, then you go talk to Gideon again. I went the long way around. Whoops.
Well, what is it now? Ah, you've already heard. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harbored suspicions, so I had no further use for her. Honestly, what's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an almond horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants. A dose of ambition to incite the tarnished.
Then you go talk to Nefeli again.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust him, Father. To think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me? No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guidance. And now, I've lost it.
She's having a rough day. Well, how many stone sword keys do we have? We got a handful, but I think we... Oop. Helps if I look at the right thing. Because we've got 5 stone sword keys. I need, I think, 2 to get into a dungeon later. Yeah, what the heck? Let's open this up. And here you will find Grippus's Black Key Crossbow and Black Key Bolts. That's a crossbow that has incredible range, and those Black Key Bolts cause a Scarlet Rot buildup. And then this one requires 2 stone sword keys. And in this chest, you get the Assassin's Prayer Book. And that'll give you a couple of stealthy spells. You give it to an incantation trainer, which I think we only have no core in at this point. I give it to Corin real fast, just because giving things to Corin is funny because he'll always complain about it. I think there's like one book in the whole game where he's like, wow, this is a great book, thank you. Instead, he always just says,
Ah, well then. That is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no lineage from the Erdtree. Very well. I'll take it off your hands.
He's very funny that way.
Golden Order shall...
No. And then I think, don't we have a bell bearing to give to the... Oops, wrong door. I've played this game for like 1,000 hours at this point, and I still get lost in the Roundtable Hold. It's good. So now we can buy thin beast bones and hefty beast bones from the Twin Maiden husks. Okay, so we got a hint from Gideon about where to find this Latenna. So let's go ahead and check that out. It said she's at past a cave on the south shore, which is right over here. So I'm gonna head over to the Scenic Isle. But we're gonna make a couple of stops first. So there's like a fire monk camp right here that we're gonna go to. And then there's also an Evergaol that we're gonna go ahead and clear right here, and hopefully I don't make an ass of myself trying to clear it, because he's one of the easier Evergaol bosses in the game, but I'm low enough level right now where he's not that easy. So we get the Fire Spermy emote. There's 2 fire monk camps in Liurnia. You'll get that emote whichever one you go to first. It's just looking in the fire, I guess. That gets you spurred. Oh, did you drop something? Ooh, Monk's Flame Mace. So over here we have the Fire Monk's Prayer Book, which will get you a couple more incantations and also make Brother Corin sad. And then over in one of these tents there is, here we go, a Dappled Cured Meat. I forget what that does. Oh, it temporarily boosts immunity, robustness, and focus. So it just makes it harder for status effects to hit you. Ow. Stop with the fire, dude. I'm just trying to kill your friends. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, I didn't expect that. Well, don't worry. There's a Stake of America somewhere nearby here, I guess. I don't even need to fight these guys. I was just like, I'll just kill these guys as I run past them. Well, I've learned my lesson. Woolies. So I'm gonna follow this road up here to the Evergaol. We'll pass by some more vulgar militiamen. And also there's some ballista bolts on this corpse right here. Oh, now you can hear the militiamen. They have such a just charming laugh. So go ahead and keep the Flame Drake Talisman equipped if you've got that equipped, because this guy also does fire. And he will drop a legendary spell that you need for the achievement too. Legendary spells achievement. He'll demonstrate it for you too sometime, eventually. Whoa, he just jumped over my head! Yeah, there he goes. So this ball will chase you and explode, and then it'll explode at a bigger radius and leave a bunch of fire on the floor. So simply get away from it. Fool, you already drank yours. He's just hard for a build like mine because he's got a lot of armor and poise and I don't. I just gotta be careful and play it a little safe. There we go. And there's your legendary spell, Flame of the Fell God. I would say overall, after playing both like big heavy weapons and like little dexterity weapons, that big heavy weapons are going to be easier for you in this game in general, just because the ability to knock other enemies around is very useful. But it's fun. It's more fun to do slash slash slash, in my opinion. So let's go back to that cave entrance, which is actually over here. I'm going to just warp back to Patches, so we don't have to run past all the little guys again. past this little island of demi-humans here that just has a glass shard in the middle of it. Valuable demi-human treasure. They leave that out as like a trap, I think. So here's your cave. It's a little kind of hidden in this entrance here. Definitely gonna need lantern. Not gonna need the flame drake as much. We'll use instead. That should be fine. So the first part, the top level of this cave, is just a demi-human house. In the chest here, we've got an arteria leaf. And you need to be careful here because this is the first time we're going to encounter these little demi-humans that'll actually do crits on you. And they can do a lot of damage. They do a lot of blood buildup. But they're very easy to avoid if you're just aware of them. Like to hide behind things and in bushes. See, there was another one in the bush back there. Got some hefty beast bones up there. And off in this little corridor, there is a chief. So be mindful of that. One of the big guys. Instead of in the bush, this time he's hiding behind these boxes here. The little stabby guy. And then there's our big chief. Stop that. That's rude. Oh, he actually dropped a bloodstained dagger. Those are a really rare drop. That's lucky. So in the chest here, then we get the spear talisman, which I think, yeah, enhances counterattacks unique to thrusting weapons. You know, I have not figured out what that means. Like, I've used thrusting weapons in the game before, and I'm not sure what counterattacks are unique to them. But now we have a talisman that enhances them, so good for us. Next we're going to actually drop here. This cave is deceptive because it looks like it's just a big endless cliff, but no. It's got stuff you can drop on. Dropping all the way, and then this is the mid-level where we have a bunch of these snails. Not a hidden wall. Don't listen to liars who tell you it's a hidden wall. So there's 5 throwing daggers down here. And over here we've got a pile of snails. They're pretending to be rocks, but they're snails the whole time. These guys can get the jump on you if you just go for that pickup. I think they'll just all just jump you at that point. But they're also very easy to kill if you just go in with your sword and slash, slash, slash. And the bottom level is below us. There's a little mid-level you can see here that we're going to drop to first. You can also drop on top of that crystal, but you don't take damage from this, so it's fine. Some soft cotton on that corpse, which is one of the more useless items in the game. And down here on these corpses we have a smithing stone 4, which... Oh, I can upgrade my weapon now. Smithing stone 2, and a lump of flesh. Out here in the darkness there are also more snails, so watch out for them because they will just shoot little magics at you. And there's like 3 of them, so it can just cause the death of you. Now where are we? Okay. This, right ahead of us, we see this opening in the crystal wall. There's no fog door, but this is the boss room. It is meant to be deceptive and like lure you in without being prepared. So be prepared. There's a Bloodhound Knight in there. And yeah, you know what? I'll summon the Godric Knights. They're just too reliably useful to not summon all the time. Bloodhound Knights are really weak to lightning too if you are having some issue and you want to do more damage to it, but really just swing at it and try not to get hit like I just did. So the fun thing about this place is that there's no stakes of America here, so I do have to just run back to the boss now. Alright, now you can see that we're back. There is actually that boss fog door there. Of course, because the cat's already been under the bag. Didn't I buy some prawn? Where's my prawn? There we go. Guys are so annoying to fight. Fuck. Guys are supposed to be weak to sleep too, but good luck actually getting the hits off on them. No. No. No! That's what I think of that. That's what I think of that. Okay. Just a little rage at the Bloodhound Knight. They aren't like difficult, they just are very annoying. So this is another dungeon where behind the boss room. We want to go out to find another area. Here we just have a rune arc. Then we can talk to Latenna.
Foul tarnished. What do you want? I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough? Do you speak true? So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latenna, an Albinauric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me. The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would you consider doing me a great service? I must go back. There is something I must do, even if I must say farewell to my wolf Lobo. Will you show me the way? To the land of Mikola's Erdtree. If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the medallion's other half. Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands, north of the Erdtree, in Castle Sol, on the mountaintops of the Giants, accessible by the Grand Lift of Rold. Then I suppose it's time. Farewell, Lobo. My faithful wolf. My better half. I will go with the Tarnished, so that our journey will not have been in vain. Forgive me, Lobo.
And then you get her ashes.
When needed, and I will fight.
That's all she says. So I wasn't meaning to cut her off, but that is all that she says. Let's get some more endurance. I would love to be able to put pants on. Alright, now while we're in the lake, let's get a few more areas clear on the lake. We want to go ahead and get this mine tunnel up here. And there's also a mausoleum to deal with right up here, which actually... want to make sure I've got arrows for it. Oh yeah, I got 15 whole arrows. I can buy more of those also. Let's go see if that merchant sells them. This mausoleum is much more annoying to deal with than I would say every other mausoleum in the game. And I'll show you what I mean when we get there.
Note.
We're just gonna buy a billion arrows. We're gonna go to Gate 10 North to get up there. And actually, while we're up in this direction, let's get this area done too. This is another rise where you get a memory stone to increase your spell slots. We'll get that taken care of real fast. I don't think there's much to be worried about in this part of the lake. Not like a billion prawn up here or anything, so we should be good. Oh, and there's a site of grace right here, too. Actually, I think there's a teardrop scarab over here as well. Oh, it's one of those guys that teleports. All right, where'd he go? These are the ones I was telling you when we were at the Weeping Peninsula that you have to basically use some kind of range attack to kill them because they will vanish before you get in with melee range. Yeah, but he gives us shield bash. How nice. And there's another gazebo island that you'll notice does not show up on the map there. It's got 3 smithing stone 2s on there, but because this is covered with prawns, we're just gonna avoid it. I'm just not gonna go there. I don't need more smithing stone 2s at this point. So there is another Grace. I don't know why Liurnia has so many freaking sites of Grace in it. But there's the Sorcerer's Isle site of Grace, and up here we have Testu's Rise. This one is very similar to the one we had on the Weeping Peninsula. Notice it's sealed. Go up and read the imp book, and it's just going to tell you, seek 3 wise beasts. So we're looking for turtles again. But in addition to just turtles, we also now get a bunch of spirit zombies that appear. And I like how they dropped out of the sky. That was good. You want to avoid those while you're looking for turtles. But I'll tell you right now, the first turtle, you just go straight north. He's right over here. The next 2 are both a little tricky. We're going to head along the back end of the rise here. And the next turtle is actually in a tree. High enough in the tree, too, that if you're not looking for him, yeah, there he is. And the third guy, there's a platform that's like between the top of the cliff and the ground, and you can't reach it from the bottom, so you have to just jump from the top. And that's going to be on the southern side of the isle here. Over here, I believe. No, that's not it. Oh, it's gotta be down here. And the last turtle will be right over here. The last turtle should be right over here. This isn't the right place, I dropped it in the wrong place. Yeah, it's up there. Okay, I gotta go back up. And jump up there instead. Yeah, here he is. And then when you open the, yeah, you heard all the zombies disappear too. That's so sneaky. And there you go, a new memory stone. Alright, now we're gonna be going over here-ish. There's a mausoleum walking around over there. There he is. Now, unlike the other mausoleum that we've dealt with so far, that one had, you'll recall, skulls all over its feet that we had to clean off. If you get close to this one, you will notice that it doesn't have any skulls on its feet. So how are you meant to kill it? Well, the skulls are actually up top. And that's why this guy is the most annoying fucking guy. So what you want to do here is there's a spirit spring up here, right under this cliff. Whoosh! And you'll notice there's a whole bunch of those tombstone dealies. I think they're like old giant scribes or giant scrolls or slates. I don't know. I call them tombstone thingies. So you want to hop down on the tombstone thingies, and we want to just drop carefully. Don't jump, just literally just drop to the next platform until you get right about there. And then we're just gonna sit here and wait. And this is why I freaking hate this guy. So while we're waiting, we can go ahead and turn, put on the Arrow's Reach Talisman. That'll increase our bow range. I think he can get close enough that you can use Torrent to jump over to him, but it takes for goddamn ever, so I'm just gonna wait for him to get a little bit closer so I can shoot him with arrows. When you can see the skulls, you can get them. If you have any exploding arrows or exploding bolts too, those are also really helpful because they'll take out a whole bunch of the skulls at once. Oh, I got some! I shouldn't waste all my arrows because I can't really craft a whole bunch more. I'm not leaving to go do more? Okay, we'll wait till he gets closer for the rest of them. Come on. Come on, little guy. Very foggy today in the lake. The weather patterns in the game are very cool because it will just be different day to day. It really makes it feel like you're living in a world. Okay, more skulls. He's not really close enough that I can make them out too clearly because it's so foggy. I think there's some there, but oops. He's not close enough for me to hit straight. Oh, there's a bunch over there. I can do that. Yo-ho-ho! There. Those will definitely get him. Yeah. Collapse already, you motherfucker. There's some on the tree, I know. Now he's close enough that the arrows are just flying by. I'm like discreetly keeping my eyes on my arrows. Is this not enough? Is this not enough? You need more of these destroyed? I feel like he has to have had enough skulls destroyed by now. Fall down already. Thank you for watching my walkthrough of Elden Ring where I just yell at this NPC for 5 hours. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Alright, now the really important thing to do here is not to drop from here because you will die. So you gotta keep following the tombstones down. That one I think I do actually have to jump. Or maybe I can just... I think you run a little bit further with the horse. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Alright, so I'm just gonna run over to that, put it on the map. And now we can continue on to the Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Hiding right over here. Because this is a crystal tunnel, I'm going to go ahead and put the Assassin's Crimson Dagger on. We're going to gonna be backstabbing lots of dudes. The Spell Drake Talisman also works really well here because they are gonna be using magic damage on you. And you get a lot of cracked crystal in here. You'll find there's a lot of miners that are just over here mining cracked crystal instead of mining stones. Feels very annoying. But you can tell right away from the little blue glowing thing at his waist, he's got magic stones on him. And they have that spell too. I think that's Shatter Earth. So in this chest here, you'll find the Somber Smithing Stone 2, but there's actually, you jump on top of the lid for the chest, you can platform up behind the statue and find a Somber Smithing Stone 3, so very tricky. And then we continue on. This is definitely the largest mine we've been to so far. It's got like 4 levels to it. Goes on for quite a ways. Quite annoying. Oh, he dropped a Somber Smithing Stone 3? I didn't know they could do that. Always go for the dudes walking around first before the ones that are mining, because the ones mining will pay you no attention. And then as they're getting back up to, you can charge a heavy attack, which will usually end them. You'll notice there's an elevator shaft here, but there's no elevator yet. That's going to be a shortcut later. And there are a couple items to get over here. This I find to be one of the more annoying platforming puzzles in the game. If you're having trouble with it, remember that you do jump further if you have a light load on. Yeah, this is the hard one because you have to do a running jump over here. There we go. Got a Smithing Stone 3 from it, and then this one's also a running jump. Oh, I almost fell off. Somber Smithing Stone 3, another running jump, and then you're back. Yeah, that one's kind of hard if you're at medium load. Probably impossible if you're doing heavy load. So if you're having trouble with any kind of platforming puzzle in this game, remember, take some armor off. I think those guys won't notice if I kill this guy first. He took all of my hits! That's so rude. Whoa, okay. There are like 4 guys that'll attack you down here, so that can happen pretty easily. Alright, is there any more still on us? I think we got them all. Oh, there's this guy still walking around over here. I guess there's 5 guys wandering around, so it's a little tricky. You just gotta really make sure you focus one down fast so you're not just ganged up on by spells from every direction. But now that they're all dead, we can gather our loots. Over here we got a golden rune 3. This guy's just mining cracked crystal. I could probably left him alone, but I didn't want to. Then over here we have Smithing Stone 3 and Smithing Stone 3. In this halfway point, you'll notice there's a little nice view of how deep this actually goes, and a somber smithing stone too. There's 2 wandering guys right here, so be careful. I'm actually gonna go activate this elevator because this is our shortcut, so just in case something happens, I don't have to go all the way through that other room. That's a big one. Okay, we got a smithing stone 3. Oops. That was not his back. Smithing stone 2, and I think there's another 3 down here. Yep. Yep. Here we have some marionette soldiers to deal with. Oh, he dropped his armor. How nice for him. I think that was the only one in this room. Some smithing stone 1s. Smithing stone 2. I'm just gonna knock these guys down so I can kill them real fast. And then same thing here, there's another one hiding back here that drops when you go to attack his friends. I'm gonna take care of him first. And these ones didn't even notice. And then we get a crystal knife. We're getting a whole crystal set here. There's an extra large mine supervisor guy down here that you need to be wary of. You can see him. He's like a giant guy standing right there. Should I just rush down and kill him first? Yeah, let's see if I can just sneak up and backstab him. He's got a lot more hit points than the normal ones though, so be careful. He's not alone, so be cautious of that too. I'm not dying. Fuck you. I think there's another one up there. Well, I was gonna say, those guys will just ignore the fact that you're attacking their friends unless you do what I just did and attack all of them at once. How was this freaking back? Come on, come on. What are we doing here? Alright, give me rocks. Oh, that's the elevator. We don't want that yet. So we want to go over this way, where we have the Shatter Earth Sorcery, which is what they've been using on you. Now we can go to the elevator, which I should take us to the final level and the boss, I hope. This is the mine that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Somber Smithing Stone 3 there. Jump. Drop. Alright, before we walk in there, I just want to make sure, okay, I have the Beast Crest Heater Shield equipped. This is the first time in the game we're going to be encountering a Crystalian. Should be fine. So these guys, they have extremely high damage resistance and poise until you posture break them. One of the best ways to do that is just to guard counter him. Oops, he stole all my stamina. You don't want to try to parry them. They're definitely parryable, but it's not going to give any benefit to you. So okay, we've posture broken him now. Now we can actually damage him. And then after you do that once, like, they lose their poise, they lose their damage resistance, you can just wail on them. If you don't want to use a shield and guard counters for whatever reason, jumping heavy attacks are also a great way to poise break. But he drops the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell-Bearing 1, which is going to allow us to purchase Smithing Stones 1 and 2 from the Twin Maiden Husks. So that is the Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. I keep trying to attribute everything to Raya, but no, it's Raya. Alright, now let's hit this east side up. This game is so long. Okay. I'm gonna warp over to that bridge that we got last part. Gatetown Bridge, Site of Grace. There's a couple of things up here we're gonna do. So you don't have to go back through here. If you recall, this is where that battlefield was. Instead, we can just hop over here and climb up this way. There are a bunch of alpha wolves, the ones that have more hit points and hit a little harder, but you can just run past them, as with almost things. And then as we approach this little forest up here, we'll notice that there's a Tibia Mariner. We get the Beast Eye quivering, and this Tibia Mariner appears, and we're gonna hit him. No, we're not. He left. So this one's kind of tricky. You'd think, oh, he's gotta stay in the water, right? No, he doesn't have to stay in the water. He's a fucking ghost guy. He can go wherever he wants. Splash me with ghost water. Ow. So where he appears when he warps away, I think is randomized, because he's not in the water now. But he won't go too far. There we go. Those guys are really kind of a joke. It's very funny that Dee warned you off of them when you first meet him. Like, oh, you don't want to mess with that Tibia Mariner. So we get the Skeletal Banded Ashes and a Death Root. Where did that little pond go? Because there's some more pickups in that pond. Got all turned around chasing that guy. Yep, we got a Trina's Lily. And stuck on some coffins. Everything Stone 3. Okay. So next over here, we're going to be heading to a little area that is kind of hard to, or kind of easy to miss. If you glance down this cliff, you notice, like, and it's easier to see when it's not foggy, but there's a bunch of little buildings down there. This is Jarburg. So we're going to go head down to Jarburg and see what's what. To get to Jarburg, you do, of course, have to hop down on the tombstone thingies. Just take your time, be careful, be slow, don't do what I just did. I find it easier to control your jumps if you're not using Torrent, but also I just jumped short because I wasn't using Torrent, so, you know, to each their own. I'm gonna give myself a trail of breadcrumbs to get back there. Had a full level up too, so I probably Don't come down here if you've got a full level up. I would spend that first, because you are likely to lose your runes on platforming puzzles. We want to aim for this roof down here too. When we get closer, I think I can make that jump. Yeah, that's fine. And then this should just be a little jump. And then we can just jump over to this roof. Easy! And got 3 smithing stone 3s on that roof. So that's the only way to get to it. I'm dropping down there. And hey, we got a friend right here.
Hello, Cos. What are you doing here? I didn't think anyone knew about this place. Except us Jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate?
I'll be your potentate.
Gosh, truly. That's wonderful news. It's not easy being potentate, though. I know. Show me your hands. It's just a little test, cuz. To see if you've got the right stuff. Your skin isn't so smooth, is it? You need slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know? I'm sorry, cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes. What a shame. Don't look so glum, cuz. We can still chat. Potentate or not, come back and visit me. When you can.
And I will. That's our little friend Jarburg. So, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this grace so that I do not ever have to do that jumping puzzle again. There's a little graveyard over here on the south side. I'm just gonna go and pick up the runes real fast. And then throughout this Jarburg, there should be 2 ritual pots and 3 cracked pots. So let's just go swoop by and pick those up. There's also a number of rare herbs. You can get those now, later, whatever. But like other rare orbs, they will not respawn. There's one of the cracked pots. This should be, I think, another one of the cracked pots. Nope, that's a ritual pot. But yeah, like there's a Mekala's Lily. It won't respawn. There's a yellow, Eye of Yellow. It won't respawn. I'm just going to leave them for now, but they are here in case I need them. They make the place so pretty. I don't want to pick them. That's all the cracked pots. We got a living jar shard. Don't mind the sound of broken pottery. And then the last ritual pot is up here on another roof. And that's Jarburg. Once again, I'm going to hop back up here. And I'm just going to head up this way. There's another artist's shack up here. You're probably thinking to yourself, hey, you could have gone there before you went to Jarburg and then you wouldn't have had to warp, and you would be right. I'm gonna run past all these wolves, and then first thing I'm going to go straight up and just get this grace. I don't want to fight that guy that you see walking on the path quite yet. I'm gonna get this this nice painting, this resurrection painting. We can't get to that yet, so don't worry about it. Then I'm gonna get that side of grace, and I'm probably gonna spend these runes. Honestly, I probably should spend the runes before I lose them somewhere. Can I put pants on yet? No, I can't. Oh. Not even old aristocrat shoes. Very sad. Oh yeah, I forgot too. Near where we've dropped to Jarburg, there's something else we want to grab. I'm gonna run back there real fast. It's not those great dragonfly heads, but those are also good to grab. You can use those to make neutralizing boluses. Gonna head south a little bit, and we should see... Actually, it's on one of the other sides. Yeah, there's an astrolabe over here on the cliff. These always indicate that there is a starlight shard there, because they just catch the starlight shards. We're gonna go ahead and grab those. And I'm gonna run back and kill that man. That knight that you see walking between the artist shack and back, just kind of patrolling that area, he's actually a Leyndell knight, which doesn't mean much to you now, but he's tougher. He's from a later area. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna put on the Bolt Drake Talisman because he uses lightning spells, and I'm gonna equip the buckler. We're gonna parry him. That was very close to me dying. I'm gonna back way the hell up. He will cast lightning bolts down on you though, so watch out for that. Fuck. Okay. That was going so well until the end. This is why you grab that grace before you fight him. I've been really off my game the last few days, and I apologize. Back here, you motherfucker. Oh, we started with the lightning. That's rough. Ow. My bubble. Parrying is really a confidence game. You just have to, you know, you have to stand up to their face and be like, yeah, fucking try to hit me. I'm gonna parry that. Okay. I'm just gonna crawl in a hole and die now. I'm very, embarrassed. Sad because bad. That's just funny too, because once again, like in my test account, didn't die to this guy once, no problem. I was like, ah, he's easy, don't have to worry about him. Then I just go in with like, my brain's slightly too slow to parry, and it doesn't work as well. Ow, I'm healing! That's what I thought. This guy does respawn, by the way, too, but you want to kill him once because he drops the Dragon Cult Prayer Book, which has one of the best incantations in the game. So if you're using incantations, it's a must-have. Alright, now that we're done with that, we can finally leave this stupid area. So first I'm actually gonna run and do a couple of things. I'm going to go to the Bestial Sanctum. Gonna give my friend Gronk his present.
Feed me.
I'll give you the Bestial Vitality incantation for that. And then there's actually an item, a talisman that we really want that's hiding on the back of this area. So it's a little tricky to get to, but bear with me. We're gonna head out. We're not gonna go near the gargoyle. There's also a bunch of Vulgar Militiamen that are a bit tougher than the other ones you fought, that are a bit further down, but we don't need to go see them, because what we're looking for is over here on this western cliffside. There should be a route that we can jump down to. Probably where those messages are, is I would guess. Yep, there's our route. So we're gonna very carefully do some dropping. Oh, and a fun fact too is you do not take any more damage, and you can't fall any further if you're on the horse. You just jump further. So sometimes you do need that, sometimes you don't. Here I'm gonna just keep progressively dropping down. There are some bats over here that are a little tough, but they're not so bad. That's why I didn't go earlier when we first came over here though, is because it's like, oh, those bats are a little tough. I think that will... No, that didn't kill me. Okay. There's one of those bats. Drop from here now. I'm not gonna go out of my way to fight the bats, but if they do notice me, of course I'm gonna fight them just so they don't knock me off the freaking cliff. And we're still not down to the bottom where the items are, so we want to keep going. Oh, there's a bat. Okay, and I can't drop from here either because it's gonna be too far, but I can drop from onto here. And then I can jump to the base over there. Aha. Then I can drop. Just a little bit of damage. It's still good, it's still good. And this should be the base level. Is what we're looking for. So there's 2 items down here that we're gonna get. Over on this platform we have the Cincadia. That is a nice little dagger. And then the other one is going to be back behind this bat. Don't you fly. No flying. And that is the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman, and I'm going to go ahead and equip that right away because it's going to be very, very useful. That increases your physical damage negation, so if you're doing a light load build like I am, very, very handy. even if you're not, it's still handy because everything in the game pretty much uses physical damage, so it just gives you so much more blocking. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my weapon at the Roundtable Hold real fast. While we're warping around, might as well.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
Oh, I ran out of runes. Insufficient funds. Alright, that should help. Now we're gonna head right on back to... I'm gonna go to Academy Gate Town. So what we're headed to here, there's a lake shore right here. Somewhere along the path of the lake shore there is a corpse that has a pickup. 3 times smithing stone 3. Which is not super urgent because as you can see, I just used all the ones that I needed for that. And ultimately you will be able to buy all of the smithing stones too if you get all the bell bearings like late in the game. But it is late in the game before you get the ability to do that. Except for the very, very max ones. Those are limited. We did pass a guy on a chair that did not have anything. Did I pick this up already? Who knows? I'm gonna say it doesn't matter too much. Alright. Next we're going to be going to Carian Study Hall. I am actually going to re-equip the Spelldrake Talisman for this. Just gonna run past all these wolves because I'm not dealing with this shit right now. And there should be a Teardrop Scarab right outside here that has a Somber Smithing Stone 3. Yeah, I can hear him. There he is. Go ahead and equip my lantern since we're going in a somewhat dark place. And I'm also going to equip kukris. I will need those and you'll see why in a bit. I just got a little rune over there, but then you'll see there's places actually filled with spirits, and they're just spirits of nobles, so they're not difficult to deal with. But there is one NPC in here who's a real pain in the ass. And there she is right there. That's Preceptor Miriam. She will just spell at you all day long, and then as soon as you get her low, she warps away. I'm just gonna run past all these other spirits just to get to her. goes. Ow! And this is why we equip the Spelldrake Talisman. There she goes again. We got the Carian Glintstone staff there, which enhances Carian Glintstone magic. Kind of the sister staff to the Glintblade staff that we got at the tower last episode. Just in case, I'm gonna send that elevator down. Just in case I die. But I should be good. What I'm going to do here now is you cannot get close enough to her to melee here at this point because she just warps away repeatedly. So I am going to instead... Oh, she fucking moved. Whip daggers at her. These do cause bleed buildup too, so they should be able to deal with her pretty handily. There she goes. And she gives you the magic downpour sorcery. I think there's a pickup up here somewhere, but I don't care about it. If I'm remembering right. No, there's not even. Okay, we're just gonna go up the elevator then. There's one pickup up here in the rafters that we want to grab. Gonna go ahead and use some more kukris on these rats. Hard to see, but there's another elevator right ahead here. There we go. You can see it better now. Ladder, I mean, not elevator. I don't know why I keep doing that. And then our pickup is over there. You might have noticed a corpse hanging off the rafter. Don't worry about it. And then we get the Cerulean Seed Talisman. What does that do again? Boosts FP restoration from the Flask of Cerulean Tears. Hi, rat. Alright, so that's all we need in here for now. We will be returning here later when we have a key item. So I'm just gonna warp back to the entrance of it. So from here we're gonna head north. I am definitely ignoring that guy. Some more fire worshippers up here. Like I said, there's another camp. And I'm going to point it out, but we're not going to go there. There is another deep river well over here. We will go there in a couple of chapters. Here's that other fire camp. I'm just going to run in and pick something up and leave. Oh, actually first though, near the fire camp there is one lone, I don't remember what they're called. I just called them fire nuns. Next to a couple of snails. Where is she? She's like directly northwest of this, so actually she's over here somewhere. And she drops the Briars of Sin incantation. Sorcery. One of those. It's a spell. inside the camp here. I'm gonna get Flame Cleanse Me, which is one of the best incantations in the damn game because it cleanses you of Scarlet Rot, and then there's 8 smoldering butterflies that were hiding in that tent there. And I'm not messing around with them. I got other things to do today. You can see here there's another Flame Chariot up ahead. I'm gonna simply run past him as well. There should be a grace right along here somewhere. Did I pass it? I must have passed it. Yeah, I think it's actually over here at that crossroad. Crossroads are always a good place to check for graces. That's okay. I'll go get it later. First, we're gonna go up to this Church of Vows. There's some skeletons that are going to pop up in the graveyard here, but I'm going to run right past them and get to the grace. There's one that's like extraordinarily tough. And he's just annoying to deal with. See if we can get him to pop up, actually. Where's my Skelemans at? Okay, it's not the scythe guys. Those are easy. One more scythe guy. And then the third guy, yeah. You see these guys that have like the glaives like this? These guys are really tough, so watch out for them. I bet I can parry him. You can see already that he's got way more hit points than other skeletons. He also hits way harder. I think he's got 1 hit point left. Oh, no, he didn't. I just wanted to show you that guy because be wary of him. You'll see those pop up throughout the game and they're a little tough. So this is the Church of Vows. You'll see it's not a normal church. We don't have a big statue of Marika or Radagon. Instead, we've just got this little guy right there. Over here in this chest, though, we do have gold sewing needle and golden tailoring tools. Those will come up much later. You check statue. It says you don't need absolution. And then let's go talk to our friend, the giant turtle pope.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows? Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erdtree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erdtree of the capital and the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
As demonstrated.
Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be.
This guy's a real lore dump, so we're gonna listen to everything he has to say.
Take it with you, unless perhaps you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
And he is both a sorcery and incantation instructor too, so you can give him scrolls or prayer books. But we just want to talk to him for a while.
Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord. You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too. You wish to know more of Lady Renala? She is Queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library. In the end, Lady Renala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
I think he should also tell us about the fountain. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, probably after we get a Celestial Dew, he'll tell us about the fountain. But you can use it, like, if you piss off an NPC and you have a Celestial Dew, you can use that fountain to absolve yourself, and then you can resume quest lines and whatnot. So next we're gonna head down to that grace that I pointed out. We're going to be heading up to the area north of here, but we do not want to take this road here. That's why we're going to head back to this grace. It's grace that will definitely be here, and I will not be made a liar of. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're going to be going up to the old palace ruins, which are palace ruins, not ruins. So don't look for a cellar in them. But they're just the ruins of an ancient civilization, and they have a bunch of what we call ancestral followers, which these are like, I guess natives. You know, kind of a native stereotype. Notice the dead monk on the ground. A couple of bears right here. Got some hefty beast bones. So these ancestral followers, a lot of them have bows, and they are really good at sniping, which is why we're not taking that other road. We're gonna instead go around the back way and clear out a sniper's nest. That's also why I'm just sneaking now too. I don't want to be spotted by anybody. Let's see. Yeah, so from here, you see this little cliff area here. We want to actually go up this way. And be careful too, because there's going to be a rune bear over this way. Okay, I think I've been spotted. I think that's the sound of the bow. Or it could be the mausoleums. I think that's the mausoleums. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Need to sneak here. There is another little grace right up here somewhere. I'm gonna resume sneaking just so nobody sees me. Yeah, behind this statue you just want to drop. And then we see a bell-less mausoleum, which we will deal with in a little bit. But first we're going to clear out this sniper's nest. So instead of going straight through here to this statue, we're going to go back around in this shadowy area. You can see one of them hiding back here. And when they get close to you too, you don't have to worry about the bows as much. It's just when they're far away, they use some really powerful arrows on you. When they raise their elbow up at you like that, that is not something that you can, like, stagger them out of. So just back up if you can. Or kill them real fast. And there's 3 more of them sitting over here. Okay, these guys do hit pretty hard, which is why I wanted to take care of them. And that's also why I'm wearing the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman. I would have been taking much more damage from those hits. But now the snipers are pretty much gone, so we're free to move around and take care of these mausoleums. These ones just have the skulls on the legs, which is much, much easier to deal with. But you will note with these guys, one, they don't have a bell, which means they're free to just jump. So if you see them jump up in the air, run the hell away. It does a lot of damage. You can roll through it too, if you can't get far enough away. These guys just move faster in general than the ones with bells on them. But that one is taken care of now. And unlike the other mausoleums, you know what mausoleums are for is duplicating remembrances. The 2 that are in this mausoleum compound at Old Palace Ruins can only be used to duplicate the remembrances of, like, animal-based guys. So, animal gods. There's a few of those in the game that we'll find. Don't have any right now, so don't worry about it. Okay, now the first pickup we want should be right over here. Yeah, right next to this little pond that the mausoleum was in, there's this rocky ramp on the south side. Follow that up and you can get the spiral horn shield. And you'll see there's another mausoleum up here. We're gonna go take care of that as well. But there's first another grace, because of course there is. It's Liurnia. Hey. I was hitting those. If your weapon will hit it okay, like doing this on horseback is a lot safer because you can run away a lot easier. The angle is just not good for the Shamshir, so that's why I'm on the ground getting hit, running away from feet. But there are plenty of weapons where it's perfectly fine to just be on the horseback. Alright, we got him. So the next pickup you want to get here, which is the one that we really, really want, is going to be over this way. You just face Raya Lucaria Academy, run towards the cliff, and then we're going to follow this path down. And actually get on my horse so I don't have to fight these wolves. But you just want to turn to the south, keep going here. Actually, I went down too low, but there is a pickup right here. Whoa! And a rune bear. I forgot about the rune bear. Oh yeah, there's 3 arteria leaves down there. Next to a sleeping rune bear who is now awake. We simply hope he gets bored and stops following us. So yeah, okay. You want to face Raya Lucaria, and then instead of going down that path, you want to head south up here on the higher plateau. Keep going around this way, and then you'll see a little hole in the rock wall. That's what you're looking for. So go through this hole, and then turn back here to the north. And we have 3 Omenkiller lilies. And the Stalwart Horn Charm, which that's going to be very, very useful because it increases robustness, which makes it much harder for you to be bled or frozen. Alright, I'm going to warp back to the Mausoleum Compound Grace now, so I don't have to deal with that rune bear again. And there's a minor Erdtree up here too that we're going to go get the loot off of real fast. You just want to follow this path. It's got a bunch of ancestral followers that are doing their little worshipy stomp. Just gonna go one by one. Try not to get a bunch of them at once. They're almost nothing to deal with if you take them one by one. Okay, so there is a stake of Marika that we're going to pass here, so there is a checkpoint, as there is with pretty much all of these trees. Which is good, because these freaking guys are very annoying to fight. I'm going to go take this guy on the right first. I think I can take him out without anybody noticing. Oh, except for the guy up there, maybe. Never mind, they all noticed. Aw, leggings. Wonder if I can equip those. Again! I'm so powerful. Alright, I think if I go back to the Beast Crest Eater Shield, I'm gonna have to take them off. But for now, I have pants. And that's power. Okay, so as you can see, we've got another Erdtree avatar up here. These guys really aren't that tough, but I'm gonna go ahead and summon for him just because I have this guy, and he casts fire, and I think it's funny. Let's go kick his ass. Easy. Alright, and he drops actually 3 cracked tiers for you. The Magic Shrouding, Lightning Shrouding, and Holy Shrouding. These, despite the name that you'd think they would protect you, they actually increase your damage in those items. So if you do a lot of holy damage, then you'll do more holy damage. You know, if you build around doing fire damage, then that Fire Shrouding cracked tier will get you more damage, etc., etc. Alright, so remember that map that Fia gave us? Let's take a look at that real fast. So we can see here we've got a minor Erdtree on it, and there's some kind of rise right there as well. And it looks like we are going to somewhere between those two things in a valley. So let's see here. We got over there is a rise. We got a minor Erdtree right up here. And if you look at the map, you'll see this is where the rise is, this is the valley. So this is where we're going. I'm going to go back to the Ruined Labyrinth, Site of Grace. We will be running past the Rune Bear on the way here too, so be mindful of that. Ooh, let's use our runes. Going to be going down here and up there. There is a pickup on the way too. I think we'll see it when we go down here. If I don't find it, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a Frenzy Flame Stone, which we can't even use. But I want it anyway, because it's here somewhere. There it is. Sitting on this corpse right here. That works like a warming stone for people who are afflicted with madness. There's that Rune Bear. I'm gonna see if I can maybe just run past him without being noticed. I'm also going to run past this guy, because I just don't feel like fighting him right now. But he will respawn if you do fight him, so if you're looking to farm the Mausoleum Knight set, that's your guy. Dummy. You can't use a grace if there's an enemy attacking you right at it, but if they warp away for a second, then you can. And once again, I'm not going to get as much done in this chapter as I was hoping to get, this part. for the walkthrough, because we're probably gonna just get through this catacomb and end it. I'm going for a while now, and this catacomb's not short. But that's okay. I'm actually gonna put on the Dragon Crest shield again. So this is a bit of an unusual one. You'll notice some of these skeletons just have this glow about them, and if you've played Dark Souls games before, you might remember that that means that there's a guy who's keeping them alive. So find that guy, and you'll kill your skeletons. Ow. That was an arrow at my back. Anyway, we passed a locked fog door here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the stone sword key to open it. A couple of skeletons will pop up, but these are just normal ones, and you get the Rose's axe. Oh, he shut that candlestick. That was a cool trick. I'm actually gonna buy pants. I need a better shield for this. The trick here is that you have to oh, this isn't the right one. You have to climb up these axes. And these motherfuckers will knock me off a bit, so. But then the guy's right there. Yeah, but you'll see there's more ahead, so we just have to run past these guys real carefully. You can kill these temporarily too if they're being a problem, like Fucker, I always forget about him. If you can't get through to get your Gravekeeper. But really, you just need to not get ambushed by that big guy. They will stay alive for 1 second after too, so don't die to the skeleton after you kill the guy. That's very embarrassing when that happens. So this is the first dungeon we have in the game. There's only a couple of these, but this is the first dungeon where there's actually a secret boss. Gotta kill these two skeletons first though. Man, these skeletons are doing so much damage to me. Really get more hit points. So, go ahead and pluck that flower. And then you'll see over here there's a bunch of messages in front of this wall. Hey, there's no liars this time. It's actually an illusory wall. So I'm gonna grab that Grave Glove Wart 4. And here, we actually have D's summon signs. We're gonna summon D, our good old buddy. Because you can't use the summoning bell in here. There's no monument for the summoning bell. But we have the Black Knife Assassin. This one's a bit harder than the one we fought before. The ones we fought before. No, this is the second one, I think. She has more of the moveset of the Black Knife Assassins than that wounded one did, where that flame, that blood flame that she shoots at you, will actually temporarily decrease your max hit points. And she's just a little more aggressive. There she is, stabbing D. Turnabout's fair play, they say. There we go. Thank you, D. You get the Assassin's Cerulean Dagger and that black knife print. And the, yeah, you can return to the entrance thing appears here, but don't take that, obviously, because there's still a regular boss of this dungeon to fight. So we're gonna hop down in this little hole right here. Should have a skeleton that pops up. Where is he? Where is he? Whatever. Oh, he's over there. And this gate has a lever right here that you can open it with. And there's a number of gloveworts and a prattling pate in here that we're gonna run around and pick up, but just be cautious because there are 2 giant crabs that will appear. Oh, and a rune arc. Oh my god. I missed the glovewort, I think, but I don't care. It's time to hit the bricks. So this ladder actually takes you to the other side of that guillotine hallway. And there's a spell-proof dried liver. You still have that equipped, right? Okay. I'm gonna take off the Beast Crest Eater shield though, and I'm gonna put the buckler back on. Because the real boss of this place I do want to parry. And we have another Cemetery Shade, and he's got 4 skeletons as buddies. Oh my god, I want the skeletons off of me. That's important. I can kill them. That's fine too. I really want to kill the archer. These guys are the bigger problem in this fight for sure. Because you can just parry him. And he's very weak. The skeletons will die when you successfully kill him. He drops the Twin Sage Sorcerer Ashes, and then there is a chest with a Death Root right in this boss room here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to warp right back over to the Roundtable Hold, and I'm going to give Roger his knife print.
Always good to see. So, this is a black knife print. I can scarcely believe you managed to get your hands on this. You recall our conversation about the Knight of the Black Knives, yes? They say the assassins who carried out the deed were scions of the Eternal City. A group entirely of women, arrayed in armor of silver under cloaks which fooled the eye. The knives they wielded, though, were imparted with the power of the Rune of Death through sinister rite. Please, I beg of you, lend me the knife print for a time. I'd love nothing more than to tease out its secrets. Though only a fragment, a very specific ritual had to be performed to impart the power of the Rune of Death. Traces of the one who performed the rite are sure to remain in the imprint. Half my body has been suffused with death. I'm certain it will help me see.
Okay, and he's going to work on that for a bit, so while he does that, we're going to go over to the Bestial Sanctum, and we're going to hand that Death Root over to Garunk. runes real fast. I want more damage. Look at this damage. It's so low. It's so baby damage.
Strange. There's something else. But the death yet quenches. Bring more.
And then you get the Ashtabor Beast's Roar. So let's go ahead and return to the Roundtable Hold and see if Roger has figured it out yet.
Ah, hello. I was hoping to see you. My examination is complete. Here's the knife print back, with my thanks. Now I have a fairly good idea who performed the rite upon the blade. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Lunar Princess Rani. One of the children born to King Consort Radagon and his first wife, Ranala. Demigod and sister to General Radan and Praetor Rykard. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint. Truly, you have my thanks. But if I might be so bold, I would like to ask something more of you. If Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me. And then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long. I have some idea of Rani's potential whereabouts. There's a manor to the north of the Academy of Raya Lucaria. It is the familial home of the Carian royals, from whom Rani descends. There's been talk of the old royals' vassals gathering there in recent years. Rani's whereabouts since the shattering are a well-kept secret. She hasn't been seen even once, but I suspect she might have returned to the manor in which she was born.
Well, why do you want a curse mark?
Tell you. Do you know of those who live in death? The very notion of life in death defies the Golden Order. By Dee's account, these defiled fiends must be expunged. But truth be told, I seek the curse mark to save them. You may find this peculiar, but I discovered something in my examination of the Night of the Black Knives. These souls have committed no offense. They have every right to life, only they happen to touch upon a flaw in the Order. Yes, indeed. If Dee knew what drives me now, he would surely boil over with rage. Or perhaps he would even feel some pity. But no need to fret. None of that will come to pass. I can tell a good lie when I need to.
We love that guy. I love that guy. I forgot to put my pants back on. Alright, so we picked up that Stalwart Horn Charm. Let's go get ahead and give it a try, because there's a guy down here that does both frost and bleed damage that we've been avoiding fighting. But it's time. It's time for Alberich to fucking die. Sometimes you can get a nice backstab in right as he loads, but he didn't. That didn't happen today. I'm gonna see if I can parry him. Okay, I'm not gonna see if I can parry him again. I'm not gonna mess with that. Avoid that mist because it will very quickly fill you with frostbite. Whoop, whoop, there's frostbite. You're dead to me, Alberich. Now, despite the graphics effects, being frostbitten doesn't actually make you move slower, but it does make your stamina increase slower. You already drank it, dumbass. He drops the Taunter's Tongue for you. That allows you to be invaded by multiple guys at a time if you're into that kind of thing. So off in this side room we can pick up an item though now that it's open. Over here on this bed we get the Cipher Pata. And that is a very, well I want to say it's very unique, but there's another one that's like it. It's got a brother weapon. But it entirely scales with faith. It is a fist weapon that scales entirely with faith. So it's kind of special in that regard. Later in the game, there will be a sword that does the same thing too. It's kind of like a little lightsaber. But those two are the only weapons in the game that do that. Alright, that's it for today. I was hoping to actually fight the dragon, but we'll start that next time. We got through quite a bit. So... And also I think I need to buy another... Yeah, I only have one stone sword key. And I only have 3,000 runes. I just want to do this before I forget. I'm gonna need another stone sword key, so I'm gonna go buy one. And the Twin Maiden Husks. But next time we will be going and finishing up the western side of the lake. We're gonna be fighting a dragon, and then we're finally gonna be going into Raya Lucaria Academy. I don't know if we'll get anything further beyond that. I think that should probably be the whole thing. So tune in next time for part 7. That'll probably be up next weekend. And thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. And you have a wonderful day.